بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. We'll continue our discussion on the book of Adab Masjid as-Salah, the book called the Etiquette, the mannerisms of walking to Salah. And we started the book last week, but because the brothers were not there, we're going to just a quick summary of what we spoke about last week. So the author, rahimahullah, Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Wahab, may Allah have mercy on him, he started saying, he says, يسن الخروج إليها متطهرا بخشوع. It says that when we are going to Salah, when you come from your house and you intend to go to the Salah, it is from Sunnah to leave for Salah to be in the state of purity, meaning the state of wudu. In the state of wudu, bi khushu'in, while being in the state of khushu'. Going to Salah, there's manners, as Allah Azza wa Jal. Everything that our deen is about, mannerisms. How do we deal with our Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala? It's a manner that we worship Him alone with our partners. How do we deal with our families? There's a manner connected to that. How do we deal with our neighbors? There's a manner connected to that. How do we deal with our enemies? There's manner connected to that. As far as the enemies is concerned, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, remember in Surah Al-Ma'idah, He said, وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. That said, do not let your hatred of a person to transgress against them, or to not be just towards them. Meaning that you may hate a person, right? But it does not mean that you should not be just towards them. That's the manner. Right?
Or you should be just.
To be just towards them now. That you may dislike a person, right? But you still have to be just towards them. So the point is that the manners, everything about our deen is about mannerisms. And so, regarding to going to the Salah, it is that when we leave our house to go to the Masjid, we're in a state of purification, and we go in the state of khushu'. Khushu' means what? What does it mean, khushu'?
Tranquility, meaning focus.
Meaning tranquility, meaning focus, now. Relaxation, now. A khushu', as the ulama mentioned, they mentioned three things regarding that. They said number one is that you bring to attention this act of worship you're about to do, right? You remind yourself that you're going to the obedience of Allah. You remind yourself you're going to the obedience of Allah Azza wa Jal, the creator of the heaven and the earth. So you're going to worship Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second thing they describe as that is that you are in the state of in the state what called sakinatu wal waqar, that you're in the state of tranquility, meaning that when you are coming to the masjid, you're not rushing, you're not running, right? You're not running,
You're not sweating.
You're in a state of tranquility. And also, you are not, waqar means that you are not looking left and right and it's looking, what is that one doing? And what is that one doing? You know? Ah ha ha ha. Like people do, right? Paying attention to everything else. But rather, you're not paying attention to anything else. And you're not on the phone, right? Talking to people. Because you're determined. You're going to the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. And the third thing they mention regarding the khushu' is that you are saying the remembrance, the adhkar. And you are thinking about the adhkar, this thing that you say. And which inshallah we're going to get to. And we mentioned it last week, but because of you guys, the brothers were not here last week, but I mentioned it again inshallah. So he says, this is due to the statement of the Prophet ﷺ where he says, إِذَا تَوَدَّعَ أَحْدُكُمْ فَأَحْسَنَ وُضُوءَهُ ثُمَّ خَرَجَ عَامِدًا إِلَى الْمَسْجِدِ فَلَا يَشْبِكُنَّ بَيْنَ أَصَابِعِهِ فَإِنَّهُ فِي الصَّلَاةِ. It says, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in a hadith that if any one of you, if he intends to go to the salah, then he should perfect his wudu. That person should perfect the wudu. That is the wudu. That when you make wudu, of course, this ulama mentioned that the perfection of it, the completion of wudu, from the completion of wudu is that you make your wudu 3 times. If you're going beyond that, is sinful.
Go beyond 3?
3, yes. Going beyond 3, in terms of making wudu, you go, person wash their hands, wash their face 4 times. It's sinful.
But that comes with the caveat of doing that consciously.
Nah. If he's by mistake, then there's nothing upon you. Nah, that's true. Yes. If you make a mistake, if maybe you forget, then there's nothing upon you. And that's part of the deen in general.
If you forget, like which number you're on, you're supposed to start from the last one you remember.
Right. Nah, that's true. Yes. If you forget, maybe you're not sure whether you've done 2 or 3, and but you're sure that you've done 2, then you can make it up, even though it's possible that you may have done the 3rd one, right? But in general, the deen is that there's a principle in the religion that if you make a mistake or if you forget, you're not held responsible. So from the perfection of wudu is that a person, he makes wudu 3 times. That's a complete. Also, when you're washing from the perfection of wudu is that when you're washing between your fingers, make sure the water is reaching where you're supposed to reach, right? Also, making sure that the water, when you do the mother was istinshaq, right? The water is going through your nose. Water has to go into your nose. It's not just, you have to go in. Because the point is that your nose is cleaning out. So you have to go in. Also, making sure the water is switched in your mouth as well. This is from the perfection of wudu. Also, when your feet, making sure that between your toes, you're making sure the water is reaching there. And so on and so forth. So the Prophet mentioned hadith that a person, he makes wudu, he perfects his wudu, and he leaves his house intentionally with determination that he's going to salah, right? It's not, I'm going to salah, so I can hang out with the brothers, right? No, I'm going to salah. This is because sometimes shaitan comes to us, right? I'm going there and I'm going to hang out with the brothers.
Social.
So, yeah, exactly, being social, right? These can be a nullifier for a person's salah. As the Prophet mentioned in hadith, he says, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مَا نَوَى. The action is according to the intention. And everyone will get will get what they intended. So if your intention is to go to the masjid, not for salah, but to hang out with the brothers, then there's no reward for you for your salah. There's no intention for you for your salah. Because you just intend to hang out with the brothers. As I mentioned also in his hadith that mentioned that the man, one of the companions, when the Prophet made hijrah to Medina, and the person did not intend hijrah. He did not intend migration to Medina, but intend to marry a woman. That's what he meant, right? So that's what the Prophet mentioned in hadith. وَإِنَّ لِكُلِّ مِرْءٍ مَا نَوَى وَمَنْ كَانَ هِجْرَتُهُ لِلدُّنْيَا وَمَنْ كَانَ هِجْرَتُهُ لِلَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ فَهِجْرَتُهُ لِلَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. Whoever hijrah is for Allah and His Messenger, the hijrah is for Allah and the Messenger. And whoever hijrah is for the dunya, the hijrah is for that. Right? So the intention is something important. So a person, when you go to the masjid, of course, if you come to the masjid to learn, for classes, then it's part of worshiping Allah Azza wa Jalla too. So that's good. But if your intention is to come and hang out and now.
What if wouldn't they lose because they intend on praying eventually when they get to the masjid? But first they intend on hanging out. So wouldn't they just lose the reward on the way? And then when they intend on praying, now it comes back to person fixing his intention, right? You have to fix the intention. Intention can be changed, right? But if you never fix that intention, now from the time that you pray the salah to the time, then you get rewarded for it. You don't get rewarded for it from the time that you come. But when you make the intention that now I'm about to pray to Allah, you get rewarded for it now. Type. Alhamdulillah.
Only to pray?
Yeah, you come here.
Just so I can make wudu?
Yeah. Over there. Type. So the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, it says that then he make intention to go to the masjid, then he should not interlace his fingers, right? He should not, put his his fingers together, right? He should not do like this, right? It says فَإِنَّهُ فِي الصَّلَاةِ, because at the time that he leaves his house, if he makes wudu with intention of going to the masjid, he's already in the salah from the time that he's at, right? The salah, praying does not necessarily mean like when you start praying, but rather at the time that you start your wudu at your house and you leave your house, you're already in prayer. You got to get reward for that. So if you come from a far distance, you get reward for that.
Sorry, brother. Was that a metaphor when you said that?
no, it's literally.
Literal, yeah. Mean that you shouldn't do like this. You should not do this when you are, or do like this, interlace your fingers like this, but rather you should not do that while you are about to go to salah. Now.
After salah is fine though.
After salah is fine now. Right. But actually, if you still sit in the masjid after salah, you shouldn't do it.
Because I just went right before you mentioned, I was sitting here like this.
Right. You shouldn't do it.
What's wrong with it?
Because while you still in the masjid, right? You still getting rewarded while you're still in the masjid. You're still getting rewarded while you're in the masjid. The angels are still making dua for you, even though if your salah is over, right? So while you're still in the masjid, you're still getting reward for it. So
Pardon me for my ignorance. What's wrong with interlocking your fingers?
What's wrong with it? Because the sunnah, that's what Prophet said.
One of the things you could say it's not a good way of focus. It doesn't. This interlocking your fingers doesn't have good focus. It interrupts your.
Well, the sunnah, it is. I mean, yeah, we can try to come up with the wisdom behind it, right? But the Prophet ﷺ, Allah has sent him with revelation, right?
Can we just say it goes against the sunnah? Can we say that?
It's against it. We can go against him, but he's asking the reason why why that is, right? So, but sometimes we don't know why that is, right? We just, and this is the characters of the believer. We hear, we obey. Sami'na wa ata'na, we hear, we obey, right? Sometimes,
That's a habit I'm gonna have to break. Cause I was just about to do it again.
I was about to say, I didn't know if it like had like, if it did something like spiritually wrong, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem inherently wrong just doing it.
right? It's
But
just the
if-
period. It's the period, and it's this. It's also this. Also, we have to learn the foundation of Sunnah,
Right.
the foundation of knowing that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam should be followed. It's followed also like that. Sometimes, some of the wisdom behind why we're asked not to do something is not apparent to us,
Right.
but we follow it,
Right.
right? So he mentioned in hadith that we should not interlace our fingers. Then he says, وَيَقُولَ إِذَا خَرَجَ مِنْ بَيْتِهِ وَلَوْ لِغَيْرِ الصَّلَاةِ. And if he leaves his house, whether for salah or for the salah, he should say this dua. He should say this dhikr. He should say, while living in his house, he should say Bismillah, in the name of Allah. All right, so when you live in your house, you say, in the name of Allah, Amantu billah, I believe in Allah. Wa atasamtu billah, and I hold on to Allah. All right? Tawakkaltu ala Allah, and I put my trust in Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And there's no might or power except by Allah. I think I sent
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
the dua, and this is dua that, did you know the dua? You know the dua? This is the dua we say when you live in your house. All right?
I was gonna look it up, and I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Watch it.
And we did it
There's
last week.
different ones though, right?
There are different ones, but this particular one is
Connected to the salah.
you'll find this. There's no change in this particular one. There are different dua you say. So this first one is that you say in the name of Allah, Bismillah, Amantu billah, wa tasamtu billah, and I believe in Allah, I put my trust in Allah. Tawakkaltu ala Allah, and I put my trust in Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa
I
billah.
don't think you put that one in there. The first one is the Bismillah, Tawakkaltu alayhi wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
Yeah,
Then the second one is it says, hold on, let me blow it up.
yeah,
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika
right. There are dua. Yeah, that one.
That's it. That's
So the first one, I want us to memorize. I don't want us to rush.
Just who?
Yeah, that one. It's like four.
I understand. I'm just saying there's only two of them in the chat though.
Yeah, because I didn't want to put everything.
Okay, all right.
Right? I don't want to put everything. So can we say it together, inshallah, brothers? So what the first one?
Bismillah, amantu billah wa
Wa'tasamtu billah.
tasamtu billah wa tawakkal billah.
Tawakkaltu ala Allah.
Wa
Tawakkaltu.
Allah. Wa tawakkaltu
No,
Allah.
tawakkaltu
Tawakkaltu
ala Allah.
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 Wala hawla
Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah.
illa billah. So the first one is Bismillah.
Amantu billah.
Amantu billah. Wa'tasamtu billah.
Tasamtu billah.
Tawakkaltu ala Allah.
Wa tawakkaltu Allah.
No, there's no why there. Tawakkaltu ala Allah.
Tawakkaltu Allah.
La hawla
La hawla wala quwwata
illa billah. These
One more time. Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Amantu billah.
Amantu billah. Wa'tasamtu billah.
Tasamtu billah.
Wa tu
Wa tasamtu billah.
wa ta.
I'tasamtu billah.
Wa tasamtu.
I'tasamtu. Now, there's no why there, yeah.
Wa
I'tasamtu. Ain. I'tasamtu.
Bismillah. Amantu billah.
Alif. Ain, yeah.
Asamtu billah.
I'tasamtu.
Tasamtu billah.
Tawakkaltu.
Tawakkaltu billah.
Tawakkaltu ala Allah.
Tawakkaltu ala Allah.
Wala hawla
Wala hawla wala
quwwata
quwwata illa billah.
illa billah. And this dua is a powerful dua. The dua that when a person says this dua in the morning when they leave their home, whether they're going to the masjid or whether they're going to work, or whatever they go and leave the house. The shaitan tell another shaitan. He said to him, what can you do to this person who said this kind of dua? Because the dua is a protection for us. Because whoever depends on Allah, as is mentioned, tawakkaltu ala Allah, I put my trust in Allah. Whoever put his trust in Allah, Allah will suffice him, and Allah will be guided. That's So the one shaitan will tell another shaitan, what can you do to this person who put his trust in Allah? We say like, leave him alone. It's been covered, as we mentioned in the narration. So we said,
The meaning?
so Bismillah,
I know, in the name of Allah.
in the name of Allah. Amantu billah. I believe in Allah. A'tasamtu billah. I hold on to Allah. I'tasam, to hold on to Allah. Okay. Tawakkaltu ala Allah. I put my trust in Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There's no power or might except by Allah.
Why is this copy kind of incomplete? It doesn't have
Yeah, because I only want because there are many
different.
distinct.
I see.
Yeah, I just want to focus on that first.
I see.
All right.
It's like a basic.
Yeah, I just want to focus on it so that brothers get that, then we can add more to it. Because if I just throw everything there, it's just like it's too much.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, overwhelming. So this is the dua you say. Then you say another dua as well. The second one you say is Allahumma. Don't worry about this, but I want to get the first one first. But this one is just to mention because we're in the class. It says Allahumma, oh Allah, inni a'udhu bika. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you. And adillah, that I misguide, aw udalla, or I'm somebody misguide me, aw azalla, or that I've fallen into, I commit error, aw uzalla, or that someone commit error upon me. Things happen. We go out every day in the morning. Things happen. You get into road rage.
It's out.
Somebody punch you in your face, right? Something happens. Crazy things happen when you go out, right? Seriously, if you go out in the public, working, especially being in this place, you never know somebody can abuse you,
Last week,
attack you.
threw a rock in my window while I was driving. The road rage.
You never know. Somebody just come in the place and just shoot up the whole place. Right? So these are dua that's very important that we say dua for protection. It says, I'll adlima, or that I oppress somebody. I'll odlama, or somebody oppress me. I'll aj'ala, or I become ignorant with somebody. Not only that people, you are, people you come in out of ignorance, and people come in out of ignorance upon you too, right? People piss you off, and you can't control your anger, and you just go off, right? Alaykum salam barakatuh. Or yuj'ala alay, that I become ignorant with people, or somebody become ignorant upon me. So this dua is a protection for us. Because everything is in the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal, right? You never know what will happen when you go to work. Even maybe it's your coworker, your boss, right? All kind of stuff. So by saying this dua, it's by a person seeking protection from Allah Azza wa Jal. So you say this. So this is the second dua you say. So the Shaykh continues, he said, وأن يمشي إليها بسكينة ووقار, that you walk to it with tranquility and waqar, with dignity. Waqar means with dignity. It said لقول صلى الله عليه وسلم, due to the statement of Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, إذا سمعتم الإقامة فامشوا وعليكم بالسكينة وعليكم بالسكينة فما أدركتم فصلوا وما فاتكم فقدوا. He said, Prophet Sallallahu mentioned hadith that if you heard the iqama, meaning adhan, famshu, so go to it, go pray. Wa alaykum bi sakina, and be in the state of tranquility, that we're not running to salah, right? You're not driving like 50, going in speed limit, they're trying to get to salah, right? But you go in there, you intend, even though you're in a rush, be patient.
It should be a middle course.
Yeah, because if you are, as the scholars mentioned, that if you are rushing outside of salah, by the time you get to salah, you're not going to pay attention to your salah. You're not going to pay attention. Your mind is going to be all over the place. Right? So, but if you come in a state of tranquility, when you are about to pray, inshallah, you'll be able to pay attention, because being in salah is not, it's not like a mechanical movement that we're doing. Right? We're not just, yani,
It's connection. You gotta
it's connection.
taught everything. Man.
And the more you strive to build the connection with Allah, the more you see yourself, right? When you get out of the salah, you feel the result. But if you're not paying attention to your salah and just mind all over the place, then you're gonna, not only that, your reward is lessened as well too. You don't get complete reward if your mind is all over the place, just moving this movement. So it is important that we learn this dua, and also all the rest of the dua as well too, inshallah. So we continue.
Right quick.
No.
I know it mentioned the comma, but you said that referred to the adhan.
No.
But as far as quick question, then kind of is related, but not really. The comma. When's the correct time to stand? Is it at the beginning of the comma, or what do you say? What is it? Hayya salah?
Okay. When did you stand? You stand when the imam appears. Imam has to be.
Mm-hmm.
You do not stand. We don't stand in, we shouldn't stand in salah until the imam is there, ready to pray,
Sound like that to me.
or the person who is going to be the imam, right? If the imam is not there, everybody should just sit down, just relax, right? So, and no one should be calling the iqamah until somebody, whether it's the imam or the person who's maybe that's designated to lead the salah, or the person who's going to lead the salah. So people should not get up before that happens. Type.
What about the statement of the narration that some of the Salaf, they used to wait until higher as-salah?
Now, but that is when, barakallah fik, that's a good point. Now, and that is when, of course, the imam has to be there first. But now, when people say hayya ala salah, then you get up. Barakallah, that's a good point. Now,
Okay. So
right.
it's not at the start of the comma.
it does not the iqamah. Yes, that's an excellent point you added to, because I forgot that part. So what you shouldn't start until the imam is there, and the person say hayya ala salah. Then you get up and you form the line. Now,
So, like you see this happen here, right? You shouldn't even call the comma until the imam is present. Then,
you should not call the iqamah until the imam is present. Now,
because somebody will do like comma and then.
And that's
go
the-
out and go.
yeah, because a lot of people don't know.
Everybody will be already be in a row,
Because people don't know.
and then the imam will come out over there.
And that's the problem of not learning. That's the problem of not learning. And that's why the job of the imam is that you're teaching the community. All right? Not only you're teaching the community, you're actually enforcing it. Right? You're forcing as it goes. Right? So that people actually say, okay, this is how it's done. So, type.
There's no problem with the imam calling the iqamah himself.
There's no problem with Imam calling the Iqamah. Imam can call the Adhan and the Iqamah together, no problem. Now, so it says, وَأَنْ يُقَارِبَ بَيْنَ خُطَاهُ. So now, when he's going to Salah, now after saying this, why saying this dua? then he should make sure that it is his footsteps are close together. Meaning that it's not rushing, right? It's taking his time. His space between his steps are not far apart. So he says, Allahumma inni as'aluka bihaqqi sa'i. So this is a dua. The scholar says the hadith is weak. This hadith the Sheikh mentioned in this here, they say is weak. So we're going to kind of skip it. So he says, so why are you going to Salah? He said, فَإِذَا دَخَلَ الْمَسْجِدِ. So now, yeah. So he said, after you go into Salah, he says, you keep. There's another dhikr you say. He says, Allahumma ij'al fi qalbi nura. He said, oh Allah, pull light in my heart. Allah, or make ij'al fi qalbi nura. Yeah, pull light or make light for my heart, or pull my light in my heart. Let's put it that way. It said, wa fi lisani nura, and pull light in on my tongue. Wafi semi wafi lisani nura, and pull light in my tongue. Waj'al fi basari nura, and pull light in my sight. What do you mean by light? Yeah, guidance. Right? You're asking Allah for guidance. The light is guidance because we mentioned before, right? What makes some of us see the truth, that Islam is the truth, except by the light of Allah Azza wa Jal. Right? Some people don't see what people see. Right? But Allah has guided us. Allah has given us light to see the truth. And I praise to Allah for that. So people don't see the light. Not only that, some things, you will see some things that people won't see. SubhanAllah. Something that people, you will see, people will see entertainment sometimes, but you see destruction for people. People think that, alcohol and, it's just drugs and all that stuff is fun, but...
Halloween. Halloween.
Yeah, all that stuff. But you see destruction. And that's why it's sad when you see the people, see their state. Because there's a light from Allah as of there to let you see all these things. So we ask for more light. So ask Allah, oh Allah, pull light in my heart. Pull light in my tongue, on my tongue. Pull light on my sight. Wafi seminu and my hearing as well too. Like when you hear something, Allah put light in your hearing. But how? Because when you hear the truth, it just hits you. Like this is the truth. Right? So it says, وَخَلْفِ نُورًا, and pull light behind me. وَعَنْ يَمِينِ نُورًا, and on my right light. وَعَنْ شِمَالِ نُورًا, and on my left light. وَمِنْ فَوْقِ نُورًا, I think I missed one. وَأَمَامِ نُورًا, so خَلْفِ, behind me light. Put وَأَمَامِ نُورًا, the first one. وَخَلْفِ نُورًا, and put light behind me. وَعَنْ يَمِينِ نُورًا, and on my right light. On my left. وَعَنْ شِمَالِ نُورًا, on my left light. وَفَوْقِ نُورًا, and put light on top of me. وَمِنْ تَحْتِ نُورًا, put light at the bottom of me, under me. He says, Allahumma atini nura, oh Allah, give me light. Oh Allah, give me light. This is also a dua. If we can sing your dua and sing your salah too. Ask Allah to give me light. Because the true light, you'll be able to walk this dunya, this life. And the true light is when the person can live a good life, because when things are not clear to you, that's how depression happens. Anxiety set in, and so on and so forth. So the Sheikh says, فَإِذَا دَخَلَ الْمَسْجِدَ اسْتَحَبُّ اللَّهُ أَنْ يُقَدِّمَ بِرِجْلَهُ الْيُمْنَى. And so we say when he entered the masjid, he should put his right foot first. Enter the masjid with the right foot. Not the left, but the right. It says, وَيَقُولُ. It says, وَيَقُولُ. So why he put his foot, his right foot, entering the masjid, he said Bismillah. He said, why did he say Bismillah? A'udhu billahi al-azim. I seek refuge in Allah, the most great. Wa biwajil kareem. And it's a generous face, meaning it's generosity. Wa sultanihi al-qadim. And it's a sultan al-qadim, meaning that it's a kingdom that's everlasting kingdom, let's put it that way. Min ash-shaytan al-rajim. From shaitan al-rajim. The shaitan that is the cursed devil. Right? So this is the dua you say when you are coming into the masjid. Then you say, after I say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So you say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Then you say, Allahumma gfirli. Oh Allah, forgive me. Dhunubi, forgive me my sins. Waftah li abwab rahmatik. And open the door of your mercy upon to me. Open your mercy upon me. So this is what you say when you come into the masjid. It says, وَعِنْدَ خُرُوجِهِ. And while you're leaving the masjid, you say, when you leave in the masjid, you exit with what?
Left.
With your left foot. Right? You come into the masjid with your right foot, and you leave, when you're leaving the masjid, with your left foot. And you will say, Allahumma, oh Allah, اغفر لي ذنوبي, oh Allah, forgive my sin. وافتح لي أبواب رحمتك. وافتح لي أبواب فضلك. Oh Allah, forgive my sins and open the door of your bounty upon me. Right? So you're going outside, you say, come to the masjid, you say, Allah, open the door of mercy, your mercy upon me. And while you live in the masjid, you say, oh Allah, open your door of bounty upon me. Now, Allah, bless me with what I'm about to go do. Bless me with my job. Bless me with my, if I was going to looking for a job or some whatever, help me to find a job. That's all a part of that. Open the door of blessings upon me. Now, so the Shaykh continues, says, وَإِذَا دَخَلَ الْمَسْجِدَ فَلَا يَجْلِسْ حَتَّى يُصَلِّي رَكَعَتَيْنِ. So when you enter the masjid, you should not sit down until you pray 2 rak'ah. So you should not sit down until you pray 2 rak'ah. So when you enter the masjid, there's no time for salah yet. Right? You should make 2 rak'ah. It's called Tahiyyatul Masjid. Meaning that the salutation of the masjid, you are greeting the masjid. Right? It's a greeting the masjid. Meaning that you're praying to Allah as a but it's a greeting of the masjid. Now, so he says, the Shaykh says, he said, وَيَشْتَغِلُوا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. So after you pray 2 rak'ah, you should busy yourself with the remembrance of Allah. Right? Whether you say Astaghfirullah, La ilaha illallah, Subhanallah wa bihamdi, Subhanallah al-azim, or reciting Quran, right? Or making dua to Allah, right? Whatever you need, making dua to Allah. He said, وَلَا يَخُوضُ فِي حَدِيثِ الدُّنْيَا. And it should not be involved in talking about the dunya. Should not say, oh yeah, wait, you see that football game last night? Huh? Or Lakers and Knicks are playing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you should not be talking about that. This is masjid, this is the house of Allah Azza wa Jal. You should be busy in remembering Allah, making dua to Allah, reciting Quran, asking for forgiveness, and so on and so forth. So he said, فَمَا دَامَ كَذَلِكَ فَهُوَ فِي الصَّلَاةِ. So as long as you're like this, as long as you're in this state, you are in the state of salah. From the time that you leave your house, You make wudu. You say the adhkar, right? You walk to the masjid or you drive to the masjid, right? You get to the masjid. Huh? Now, you pray two rakah. Or and you sit down, you're reading Quran or making dua and so on and so forth. You are in the state of you're praying, you're already praying even before you get to start praying. You're already in the prayer. Huh? It's time salah, right? Type.
Damn.
Adhan. طيب inshallah. Should wrap it up then inshallah? طيب. We'll start inshallah. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى أهله وصحبه أجمعين. جزاكم الله خير.